click some more. Click. Now I'm at 5 million. So when we started, we were at 800,000, and now we're at 5 million a click. Cool. Okay. Boom. Primates. Let's do it. Ape. 11 billion. Okay, but what we got these things. Eutherians. I'm sure I probably learned about these at some point. Are mammals that have live young that are sustained in utero by a placenta. This organ siphons nutrients between mother and offspring. So this is us. This includes us, humans, resulting in longer pregnancy and more developed infants. Humans are. One of the characteristics of land plants and other complex or organisms like animals and things is protects young. And you say, well, how can a plant protect its young? That is that when it has the uterus, the plant ovary, not uterus, plant ovary. The plant ovary is protected, and then once it's fertilized, it's then protected. So it's constantly protecting the embryo, the plant embryo, and that is what it means by protecting its young. So it's not protecting its young like moving it like what we would think as animals, but it is protecting it in layers and in defense. And plants produce like poison to protect their the plant embryo and to protect the seeds. They'll produce poisonous seeds. They'll have thorns. They'll have layers of tissue. So they do protect its young, just in a different way than we would think of. And that's a characteristic of more complex life. However you want to. Wow. I'm using complex life because it's like, well, I don't know. Okay. How do you define this one as complex versus the other one? Olfactory, so that's smelling. Lobe, part of the brain that controls the scent of smell. These enlarged sections contribute to large sizes of mammal brain overall. Yeah, so something like dogs are like, I forget the stats, like 300% more. Let's do it. Dog smell. Dog sense of smell is the most powerful sense of this species. The olfactory system of canine being much more complex and developed than that of humans. Dogs have roughly 40 times more smell sensitivity. 40 times. So imagine that. We can smell pretty well, right? Like you walk into something, whoa. Dogs, 40 times more powerful. 40 times more. Like things you wouldn't even smell, they would be smelling, and things that we could smell like are probably like crazy to them. Like I don't know, maybe it's hard to even fathom that scale of difference. More smell sensitive receptors than humans, ranging from about 125 million to nearly 300 million in some dog species. So like bloodhounds, right? Yeah, the picture of bloodhounds. Bloodhounds are like the famous of like, you give them a scent and then they'll just follow the scent because they're just so good at smelling things. They're tracking dogs as the bloodhounds. This is thought to make its sense of smell up to 40 times more sensitive to humans. These receptors are spread all over an area about the size of a pocket handkerchief. Size of a pocket handkerchief. It's like, size of banana, right? Like, well, there's different sizes of pocket. Like this size, like this size. Like how big is this pocket handkerchief? Compared to 5 million over an area of a postage stamp. Okay, that's a little bit better for humans. Dogs' sense of smell also includes the use of vomeronasal organ. Vomeronasal. It's as bit of a phonetics as I can do, which is used primarily for social interactions. Yeah, so they can communicate when they pee on things, right? They're communicating. They're creating their sense of stress and other things. The dog has mobile nostrils that help it determine the direction of the scent, unlike humans. Whoa, that's crazy. Unlike humans, dogs do not need to fill up their lungs as they continuously bring odors. It makes me realize there's like humans. Your sense of smell is so primitive. Like, you guys can't do anything. You can't tell what direction the scent is coming from. You have to go like this to breathe. I'm just imagine like dogs just like dissing us on our sense of smell ability. Okay, dogs do not need to fill up their lungs. Yeah, they don't have to do that. As it continues, they bring odors to nostrils in bursts of 3 to 7 sniffs. Dog noses have a bone structure inside that humans do not have, which allow the air that has been sniffed to pass over a bony shelf to which odor molecules adhend. They stick to. The air above the shelf is not washed out when the dog breathes normally, so the scent molecules accumulate in the nostril chamber and the scent builds with intensity, allowing the dog to detect the faintest of odors and can detect emotions. That is insane. I mean, insane. That is awesome. That is amazing. Now I'm wondering, like, they're building up this like scent chamber, and then they could maybe tell the difference between what the scent chamber was to the new scent. I'm wondering if that's kind of how it works. And then emotions. I'm just kind of a little. I'm wondering about that. I'm wondering what's the evidence of that emotions. One study into the learning ability of dogs compared to wolves indicated that dogs have a better sense of smell than wolves when locating hidden food. That indicated that dogs have a better sense of smell than wolves when locating hidden food, but there has yet been no experimental data to support this view. The wet nose of the rhina indium. So rhino, I believe it has to do with like nose. What's the meaning of it? Oh, it's a furless skin surface. Okay, we'll look at that one next. Is essential for determining the direction of the air current containing the scent. Cold receptors in the skin are sensitive to cooling of the skin by evaporation of the moisture air currents. There's a show I used to watch all the time called Eureka. And one of the episodes, the big thing was that there was like this slime that made the simulated dogs' mucus and snot better, and that these crazy scientists, were all trying to steal it to make a better robot. I think they were robot dogs. I forget the episode, but I thought it was an interesting plot. Okay, rhinarium. Belongs to the nose, is the furless skin. That's not how you pronounce it. You should, yeah, okay. Belonging to the nose, yeah. So, because rhino, right? I know rhino is nose stuff. So, so that's why I was thinking, oh, okay, it's not the nose. Belonging to the nose, Neo-Latin, is a furless skin surface surrounding the external opening of the nostrils in many mammals. Commonly, it refers to the tip of the snout, and breeds of cats and dogs sometimes use the term nose leather. Breeders of the dogs and cats nose leather. Informally, it is also called a truffle, wet snout, or wet nose, because its surface is moist in some species. For example, healthy dogs and cats. In many surfaces, mild. Okay, let's just look at pictures. Interesting. That's a cool picture. Let's look at the